to pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stuff done. A lot of times that depends on when my internet, how fast it gets me everything, whether I can get everything sent to who I need to get it sent to start the show. So I'm trying to get all of this done real quick before we get into it. It's been one of those days for me because I told you yesterday that today is our Santa Fe Family Life Center. Let me just pull that up real quick for you guys. Our Santa Fe Family Life Center is our John F. Kennedy Community Service Award night is tonight at the Civic Center, 7 p.m. You can call 405-840-1817. That's 405-840-1817. If you want, you might be able to get some quick tickets and get set up for that. I know we do have individual tickets available for that. And then also you can go online at www.sfflc and pull up some information about what we're doing at Santa Fe today and who all is going to be on there. And let me pull it up because I know that we're giving out the awards for the Trey Young family. I know we're doing that today. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Let me see. Events. There we go. Why don't we do that? The JFK Awards. How about that? Let's do that. The JFK Awards. This is who all we are doing today. Of course, the Trey Young Foundation. We're doing the Mark Ruffin Lifetime Achievement Award is going to Marilyn Looper Hildreth. She's getting that award. And, of course, the Community Service Award is going to our mayor, David Holt. And then, of course, the Community Service Award is going to go to the Trey Young Family Foundation. So Mayor Holt is getting an award, which is interesting because I think he's going to be our I think he's usually our host. So that's going to be interesting how that's going to work out tonight. But anyway, the John F. Kennedy Community Service Awards reception and dinner tonight, September 19th at the Civic Center. So swing on by through there and get to say hi to everybody that you know, or if you don't know, or get to know everybody and mention. We have a good group of people there that you want to get to know and spend time with. Yeah, because today has been crazy, but I got everything set up. I got my suit done. I got my tie, my bow tie, my orange tie, my orange braces came in. I've got my suit. I've got all that squared away. Ace and I went and ran errands with me today to make sure I had everything. Got my hair cut. So I'm set and ready to go. And hopefully my date is too. She's had a day already for herself this morning. But me, on the other hand, I've got all my stuff done. Plus, I got a chance to come here and be with you guys on the air today to talk about what's happening here. And then after this, so this is over with, then I got to leave. I got to get because I remember I just had a suit ordered. So I got to get it taken, get it steamed out, not pressed, but steamed out so that it's nice and straight, but it still looks good on me anyway. And want to thank, of course, my guy, Jonathan Bickey Triplet and Elm Grove, the clothing company, and what they are is they're the ones that took care of me today or tonight on my suit. And, of course, I'll have pictures of that for you guys tomorrow talking about the event and have pictures of me in my suit. And want to thank Jonathan for taking care of that. You can contact him at 405-332-8787. And if you have suits, he's got suits from $500, $700 up. depending on what you want. It's got a great line of overcoats and things like that. And looking forward to my new overcoat that I had ordered. He's got, I'm telling you, stuff's on point. He's a very good guy. Can get you whatever you need at a good price. And that's the thing that we're looking for here is good options at good prices. But anyway, if you can, come on by the event tonight. Like I said, you'll still be able to call 405-1817 to get tickets. If you want to do single tickets for yourself or for you and your wife, double tickets, you'll be able to do that as well. So go ahead and get that all squared away and get locked up for that. So tonight we have a big game tonight in Monday Night Football. What, Monday night? Excuse me, Thursday. I can't even talk. Thursday Night Football. Tonight is Thursday Night Football. So let's go ahead and bring up the schedule for the NFL tonight because I think it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen in the NFL tonight. When you look at the schedule and you've got the Falcons and the Jets tonight. The game's at 7:20, 7:15. I won't be able to watch it. I doubt if I'll be able to watch it at all, so I don't know if I will talk about it. Hopefully Drew or Nathan or Ben will be able to talk about it because I doubt if I'll be able to chance to watch the game tonight, the Patriots and the Jets. Of course, the Jets are 6-point favorites tonight. 38.5 is the over-under if you're interested in that. So, I mean, it's kind of up to you what you want to do with that. Now, for me, on the other side of that, I look at this game, and I think that it's more of a what's meant for the Jets than it is the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots, I think, have more than let the fans know there in New England that they are able to keep up. They're going to be competitive, and that's all you can ask of your team is to be competitive. Let's be competitive. We don't want to get blown out. We don't want to get our brains beat out. We want to be competitive, and I think that they have done that thus far this year, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. And I do believe they're going to give the Jets all they need, but to me, it's more of a must-win for the Jets than it is for the Patriots. So, but they're in New Jersey. They're in the Meadowlands. We'll see what happens with that. But if I had to take my guess, I would probably take the Jets. I would probably take New England and the points is what I would probably do. I'm not really sold on the Jets that are Aaron Rodgers and what they're doing now. Possibly, yes. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of theirs, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to play that. But if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, but if I were, I'd probably take them tonight, the Patriots and the points. But hopefully my guy Drew Hinthorn will be on of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He can be on and he can tell you more about that. But that's just me. But overall, if I had to, that's what I would do. But fortunately, I do not bet, and I talk about it, and I'm pretty right on with my guests when I do it. But of course, when you have nothing to lose, you can afford to be that way, right? And by the way, you can go online and go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notifications on that. You can that way if you want to ask questions, kind of like my guy did, John the Baptist did yesterday. He come online, he can ask me questions, I can answer them, and also any comments that you might have on things, we can talk about that as well on the show. So do all that stuff if you want to. So this Sunday though, you have the Giants and the Browns in the early game. I was pretty excited that Deshaun Watson actually, there was a sighting of him and what he was able to do. So I was pretty excited about that. So hopefully he can continue to play well. They should. It's 6.5. The Browns should spank them. That defense the Browns got is just so outstanding. I don't see Daniel Jones being able to do a whole lot. I think they're just going to just beat the brakes off them. Their 8.5 is the over-under. I don't know if either team could score that 38 points. But if I had to take my guess, I'd probably take the Browns and the over in that because I think that defense is just going to under because I don't know if the Giants are going to be able to score, and I don't know if the Browns can score 38 points themselves. So anyway, that's just kind of my take. Packers versus the Titans. I think that with Jordan Love or the possibility of Jordan Love coming back, which I don't understand why the Packers are even doing that, why they're even taking a chance. Was the injury not as severe as they originally thought? Because I'm like, why would you take a chance on your franchise quarterback who you just gave, $200 million to, on a chance that he could possibly tear up his knee and be out the whole year, if not forever. I don't. I mean, over a game this early in the season, I mean, shouldn't you be able to beat the Titans without him? That would be my guess. But on the other hand, I understand that they're trying to widen their lead in that division and take over. So I guess you can look at it that way. But my guess is he's not as hurt as bad as they thought he was. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, because I'm like, why the hell would you take a chance on hurting your franchise quarterback? I just don't. I mean, I don't see that. I don't understand that at all. I mean, I think that's just reckless, but that's just me. But surely that he must not be as hurt as bad as we think, because I just don't see an organization allowing their quarterback to do that. I really don't. I just don't. But anyway, I think the Packers and the Titans are 2.5-point favorites. I'd say with Jordan Love, I would take the Packers. Without Jordan Love, I'm still going to take the Packers. I'm just the quarterback for the Titans. Will Levis. I don't trust him. I just don't. But he does make plays and he does throw balls. But he, at the end of games, he makes some bonehead decisions. He really does. But Titans minus 2.5, over under 38. Man, I'm going to probably have to go with the Packers simply because I just don't trust him. I just don't trust Will Levis. I just don't. Right now. 2 games into it, I just don't. Bears at the Colts, -1. The Colts are favored, 43.5. Man, Anthony Richardson has not played enough games yet. He really hasn't. But when he does play, he's got that tremendous ability. But I saw the thing where Greg Cosell was talking about he can't make throws that high school kids should have been making in high school. But everybody forgets he hasn't played. He hardly didn't play at Florida because he was hurt. Then he played, half of 3 or 4 games last year and was out for the season. So what has he played? Since high school, 25 games maybe that many, 20 since high school. So has he really had a chance to develop as a quarterback? Probably not. I think he's still a couple years out from being what we think he could possibly be. But if you're on the bench and you're not playing, how the hell are you going to get any better? That's just my take on that. I think the guy's got to play. He just does. So Texans at the Vikings, man, I think this game is going to be good. The Vikings are +2. Man, you got to go to Minnesota. I love C.J. Stroud. He's been a great surprise to what they're doing. But to beat the Vikings at home and what the weapons they have, but Jefferson, how good is he going to be back? How severely was he hurt? Was it just a minor thing? Is it an aggravating injury? Is it something that was really tough? I mean, what exactly was it? And we'll never know. I mean, they're going to give you some sort of report, but not a real one. So the Texans -2 point favorites, 46 in Minnesota. That Vikings defense is a lot better than they think, but I'm going to probably go with the Texans and take Texans -2. And then once again, I'm going to take the under in that. This 21, 20. I'll take the over because that's what 27, 21, something like that. 28, 21, 28, 24, 24, 24, 21 is 45. So I'll probably take the under in that. So I'm going to take the Texans in the under. That's just me on that. See what happens on that. Then when you look at the Eagles and the Saints, Eagles must win. But the Saints have scored 90 points in their last 2 games. 90-some points. 49.5, that's high. But the Saints' defense is pretty good, but the Eagles' defense is not. So I'm going to probably take the over on that. And I'm going to take the Saints. I'm just not sold on the Eagles. They're not. I took them out of my top 5, and we'll do that here in a minute. So I'm taking that. So that's what I would probably do if I had to do it. Then, of course, the Chargers versus the Steelers. Justin Herbert being hurt a little bit against that defense. If he's not mobile and he can't move around against that Steelers defense, the Chargers are in trouble. But what are the Chargers going to try to do? Run the football. And I'm interested to see what Joe Alt is going to do against T.J. Watt. Now, he did an outstanding job in his first meeting that he had against. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. So we'll see what happens in that. But I man, we'll see. So in that game, I'm gonna probably take if Justin Herbert plays, I'll take the Chargers. If he doesn't, I'm gonna take the Steelers. Even though I still have a hard time taking the Steelers simply because I just don't trust Justin Fields. I just don't. Chargers and the Broncos or Buccaneers, man, that's gonna be an ugly game. In Tampa, I'm still not sold on them. I like what they're doing. I had to put them in my top 10, but I'm still not necessarily sold on them. Bo Nix is going through some growing pains, so if I'm going to take a quarterback, I'm going to take Baker. So I'm going to take the Buccaneers and the under in that game. That's what I'm going to do in that. That's how I'm going to break that game down. Then you got the Panthers versus the Raiders. The Raiders. The Raiders. That's who I'm taking, the Raiders, -5. Over under, I'm going to take the under. I just don't I don't know if the Panthers can even score. Dolphins and Seahawks. Who the hell is the Dolphins quarterback? Do we know? Do we know if he can play? Do we know what's going to happen? So I'm going to probably take Geno and the Seahawks in that game, -4.5, over under 41.5. Ravens, Cowboys. The Cowboys +1, the Ravens are -1. I'm going to take the Ravens. Cowboys can't stop the run. And I see the Ravens running the football. I see them running the football. That's what I see in that game. I'm going to take the under, but I'm going to take the Ravens in that. I mean, I just don't see the Cowboys being able to stop them. Yeah, I just don't. And I'm not sold on Dak. I can't believe they paid him $60 million. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. There's no way in hell I'm gonna pay Dak that much money. Just not. No way. Can't see it. Niners versus the Rams. My barber Keith Burton is going to that game this weekend in LA to watch his beloved Niners play. And so we'll talk to him tomorrow. We'll be cutting up tomorrow so we can talk to him about that game tomorrow. So I'm not going to really touch on that. I'm going to let them really get into it and visit about that. Lions versus the Cardinals. You know what? Man. Boy, I love Kyler. I love the way he's playing. I've always loved that quarterback. Cardinals +3, the Lions. Situationally, I'm not a big fan of his, even though Dan Campbell plays hard. He's got his guy. He's built the culture. They're playing physical. They know how to win up front, but situationally, he makes decisions. It's just like, go ahead and kick the field goal in San Francisco last year. You go to the Super Bowl. Now, I think the Chiefs would have throttled y'all, but that's kind of what I think. But at least the Lions would have made a Super Bowl. So I'm going to probably take the Lions in that, even though I love Kyler. I just don't know. It's too early in the season to really, really know who they are at this point. But he's got some receivers. He's got some weapons. So we'll see. With James Comer, and then they've got Marvin Harrison Jr. out wide. So, Kyler's got some weapons in his feet, and he can throw a great ball, and he is accurate. And that scramble he had was one of the best ones I've seen. Buying time, and then throwing a dart in the end zone for a TD. Chiefs at the Falcons. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs over the Falcons in Atlanta in the ATL. I'm going to take the Chiefs in the points. I think that, they seem to only have the two teams they have the most issues with, or the three of the teams they have the most issues with. They play two of them. The third one is the Buffalo Bills. So those are the two teams they have the most problems with, the Ravens and then the Bengals. And they played them back-to-back, so they're 2-0. But I see them going ahead and taking care of the Falcons. I was watching, saw something with Travis Kelce talking about him not catching the ball and that how he normally been pissed off when he was younger, but now he doesn't. Dude, you're older. Let everybody else get involved. You did make a big play in a big possession, but it was called back because of penalty. So you're going to get your looks. They're going to forget about you. Mahomes is going to find you. But, hey, why not get all your rookies? Why not get the rest of the receiving core some confidence? What about that? And I think that Travis is old enough that he just doesn't care as much. He got his records. And, you can tell because last year, what did he need, 17 yards? 14 of 17 yards to get 1,000 for the 8th year in a row or whatever, and he chose to sit out and rest the last game, and look what it did. Turned out he was a monster in the playoffs, rested up, and got a chance to really take care of his business. So I think the Chiefs are going to handle their business in ATL. I think Atlanta's a good team, but Kirk Cousins is in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Plus, he's gone from a Monday night game to a Sunday night game. He played great in his Monday night game, which the lights are the brightest. He usually doesn't. So, whether he can do that 2 weeks in a row, we shall see. But by all reality, they should have lost that game last week. They should have. They should have lost. But, once again, coaching, Shane Steichen. Monday night, Drew and I and Nathan, we talked about this yesterday. Jaguars, Bills, I'm going to take the Bills because of Josh Allen. He's just a monster, so I'm going to take the Bills. But Trevor Lawrence has been a disappointment. I think he's a lot better than what he's shown us, but I just don't know. I really don't. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills in that. The -5 and over-under 46.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills. And then, of course, the Commanders versus the Bengals. The Bengals, I think they're going to crush the Commanders. I do. I think that they're mad about what happened last weekend. Jamar Chase, take the money and move on down the road and get over your pissed offness. Take the money, bro. I don't understand what you're doing. I really don't. Just take the money. They offered you $35, make you the highest paid guy. Now they wanted to defer a lot of your money, but okay. So what if you don't get your money right now? If your money's guaranteed and it's deferred, you're going to get your money, and it's guaranteed money. It's guaranteed you're going to get your money. I don't understand what the situation is. You want all your money up front for what? I mean, look at what Bosworth being, a lot of these guys, Bobby Bonilla. So, okay, just put in a fund and just pay me $1 million a year when I'm 35 or 40 years old. Just give me $1 million a year for the rest of my life. And, take all this money you're making now, put all that stuff away, and just take it forever. Now, that's not to say that you're going to get all your money, because anything could happen, and I get that. But, man, rest of your life, when you're older, you're not making money, you're guaranteed this amount of money, because you're not going to make that much money. Not going to make that much money during the season. I mean, when you're older. You have about a 5 to 7, maybe as a wide receiver, you have a 8 to 10 year life span of where you're going to make your most amount of money, and you're already halfway through that. So very rarely do they get the third contract. It's like Tyreek Hill is probably going to get a third contract, but very rarely as a wide receiver do you get 3. You have your first one as a rookie. Then you get your second one, is the one you normally get paid on. But very rarely do you get that third contract 4 years later, which that'll be your, 4th, 8th, 9th, or 10th year in the league. Very rarely do you get that third contract to make you all the money. So why not put some of that money away, save it, get you something else. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a break and thank our sponsors. I want to thank SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, if you have a place that you're trying to build, they love to be behind the scenes. They can plan it out for you, make sure there's no flooding. Everything is laid out properly for you. So hit our guys up over at SRB. I'm a guy, Mark Long, and especially if you've got a water treatment plant, man, hit them up. Who doesn't like drinking water, clean water? Who doesn't? I do. You should. And of course, Collaborative Logic in the process of, if you need computers, software to make your office run smoother, or networking, hey, that's what they're here for. And they also do websites. They did our website, and they're updating ours now to include our clothing line for our hashtag Just Saying and our Matt Clark Basketball Academy shirts and all that. So all the things you'll be able to order for that, by all means, go ahead and do that. And plus, we're going to add to where you can do After the Storm and the Unpopular shirts as well. On those, if you want to do those logos, you can do that too. So we'll be having that up pretty soon within the next few weeks, I'm hoping. Then of Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose Fierro, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hey, hit my boy up. He'd love to be able to take care of you ever at Oak Grove Trucking. And of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and a proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So we appreciate their support and everything that they do for us. So if you have needs for any of that, hey, hit these guys up. They love to be able to take care of you. Now, you can go online and pre-qualify at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into one of the 5 locations. The main bank at 401 M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off 39th Expressway, or 66, YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway off Garth Brooks and I-40, YNB Peoples, which is off 23rd in this great city of Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. You can't miss it. And of course, my guy, Jonathan Binky Triplet at Elm Grove Clothing. He is my guy that took care of my suit that I'm going to be wearing tonight, and appreciate him. In fact, we're getting off the show early today because I got to go get some things done. Went off and left something. Got to have some shoes for tonight. Hit my guy up if you need suits, overcoats, blazers, regular suits, anything you might need, shirts. He can do it all. Hit my guy up, Jonathan Binky Triplet, 405-332-8787. And also remember, text him if you, because a lot of people don't answer their phones. I know I don't. If I don't see a number I don't know, I don't answer my phone. So go ahead and text him, 405-332-8787, and he will be able to take good care of you. Now, this weekend we have some big college games coming up, and tomorrow night especially, where's my guy Drew Henthorne to talk about his boys? He's not on to brag about his team because he loves to brag on his Cornhuskers. And they have a huge game tomorrow night against Illinois in Nebraska. Bob Devaney, is it Bob Devaney Field? I think it's Bob Devaney Field. I don't know. I don't think it's called. It's just Bob Devaney Field. I don't think it's called. I don't know what their stadium is called. But anyway, is it Bob Devaney Stadium? Whatever. Anyway, I don't care. It's Nebraska. Anyway, minus 7.5 point favors, 42.5, and I know that he's taking Nebraska and the points, but I don't remember I don't remember what he said yesterday if he's taking the over or under. I don't remember what he said about that yesterday. But here are the big games for this weekend. But like I said, tomorrow. But I know he's taking Nebraska, and my guess is he's probably going to take the under. I don't know if he's going to take the over in that, but he's not here to say one way or the other, so I don't remember what he said. Then, of course, you got USC at Michigan. Michigan now +5, over under 43.5. I look for a big game from USC. I think they're going to be fine. They finally got a defense. They stole the young recruiter from Mike McDonald, who was the defensive coordinator at the Ravens, and they're playing the Raven-style defense there at USC. So I see that they're going to build up what they're trying to do there at SC, and I look for them to be a monster. So for all of y'all who said he left OU because he was scared of the SEC, clearly not, because he went to USC and they are now in the Big Ten. So whatever. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, Michigan +5. In that game, I'm probably going to take USC. I think they have more weapons and more firepower, but I do believe Michigan is going to be tough. I don't think they're going to like losing two at home to a big rival or to teams that are on their level as far as rivalries are concerned. So, but I think I'm going to take SC and Lincoln Riley and their quarterback in that. Utah at Okie State Friday afternoon. I wish I could go to the game. I wish I could see it, but I will not there because I'll be at that game after the game following the one that you have on the screen right now. But I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to take my Oklahoma State Cowboys, even though I think that Utah is probably going to handle their business and beat us because they have one of the best front lines in college in the Big 12, if not the best front defensive line. But I'm going to go ahead and take my Cowboys and the points. I'm going to stay with the under. I don't know. I think both defenses are good. 30-something, 30. I just don't. I mean, that's a lot of points. Even though Utah, Cam Reddish is coming back, I'm still gonna roll with my Cowboys. I don't know, 52 points. That seems like a lot of damn points to me. But I'm gonna roll with my Cowboys and take the 2.5, or give the 2.5. Tennessee at OU. OU's +7. We're going to talk about it in depth tomorrow at the barbershop. Chris, when I was getting my haircut today, he was going off about the Sooners and whining about how they had a tougher schedule and all this and that. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to holler at my guy, Uwe von Schaman, and see if I can start having him come on Fridays, because I know Uwe is wanting to be doing a show. So I'm going to try to see if I can get Uwe to come on Fridays. Every Friday be my guest, talk about OU and what's coming up with them and the schedule. So I'm going to try to get that done if we can do that. I need to call Uwe and ask him. But anyway, I'm going to probably take in this game. I misspelled Tennessee, by the way. It's two S's and one E. Since I misspelled their name, maybe that's an omen. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee and the points, because I misspelled their name. So maybe subconsciously that's telling me that I need to take Tennessee because I misspelled their name. That's sad, isn't it? I mean, that's really sad, Matt. How the hell do you do that? How the hell do you misspell Tennessee? You should know better than that. Or did I misspell it? I think I did, didn't I? Let me see. I don't know. Did I misspell their name? I think I did. Let me see. Hold on. That's kind of sad if I did that, because that's just telling me I need to take them. That's what that means. I mean, that's exactly what that means. Yeah, I misspelled their name. Yep. That's sad, isn't it, Matt? You're terrible, bro. You've got to do better than that, Matt. But that's just telling me I misspelled their name. That's just sad, everybody. So that's telling me that since I made that faux pas, I'm going to go ahead and take them, because I think that subconsciously my mind was telling me that I needed to take Tennessee. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Volunteers against the Sooners, even though I will be cheering for the Sooners because I am a state guy. So I'm going to cheer for the Sooners and do that, but I had to fix that because that's just sad on my part. Anyway, but I'm going to take Tennessee since I had messed them up. I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee Volunteers, and I'm going to take the points in that game. So and I apologize to the OU fans. That's terrible of me. Or Tennessee fans. That's just sad. But I'm going to go ahead and take them simply because I made that huge faux pas right there. And that's just terrible on my part. Man, I got to be better than that. Maybe that's mentally. I'm trying to mess that up. But anyway, in the WNBA playoffs, we've got the games tonight, which is not tomorrow, but tonight we have, excuse me, the Dream versus the Liberty tonight. I still don't know how the hell Linescu and Breanna Stewart on the same team. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to take them tonight over the Dream. Then the Fever and the Mystics. The Fever are missing some players, but I think they're solidly in sixth place, so I don't really think this matters a lot to them, nor does it matter to the Mystics. More to the Mystics than to the Fever. The Sky and the Sun, that's going to be a huge game as well. The Sparks and the Lynx, that's going to be a really good game. The Wings and the Aces. And, of course, the Aces need to take care of business. The Dallas Wings are on their way, looking on the outside, looking in, because when you look at the playoffs currently, this is where the playoffs stand right now. And the only team that can really move up or do anything is if the Suns lose and the Aces win, they can move up because of the tiebreaker, and they can take the third place over the Sun, which, of course, the Indiana Fever do not want to see the Aces. They'd rather see the Sun over the Aces right off the bat. So, I mean, that's just me looking at it. I mean, there's no way that you'd want to do that. You'd not want to take them off the bat. I mean, to me, if I'm the Fever, because they're playing really well right now, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are they're not. I'm not gonna say they're the best backcourt because they're not. That would be Breanna Stewart and Linescu. But I would say they're playing really, really well together right now. But I don't think they have an answer for the big. I mean, Asia is the player of the year. She's just a three-time MVP. She's just an absolute monster. She really is. And I think Boston, Aaliyah Boston, the center for the Fever. I don't know if she can handle her because nobody can. So I'm probably if I'm rooting for anybody, I'm rooting for the Sun to win because I think the Fever have a better chance of moving on if they do that, because then they would play the Aces in the next round. Or actually, they play They played the winner of the Lynx and the Mercury, which of course will probably be the Minnesota Lynx, so their season would be over regardless because of the way it works out in the playoff rounds and the way things work out in the WNBA versus the NBA. So, but anyway, I'm a big fan of the Indiana Fever, and I'm proud of Caitlin and all the stuff that she's gone through this year. And it's like I talked about, she reminds me a lot of what Jordan had to go through because, you know, like I said many times before, that people don't even realize that the NBA used to be tape delayed. So you'd watch the NBA Finals, you'd play in the NBA Finals as a player, and then go home and watch the game on TV. Then when Bird and Magic came in, that lifted them up to primetime TV. And then when Jordan came in, they went to another level, which is the same thing as where as Caitlin Clark's coming in. And it's like, you know, Angel Reese tries to put herself on that level. You're not on the level of Caitlin Clark. It's rising because of y'all, but it's really rising because of her. Kind of the same thing with Jordan. You know, Elijah Wan and all them came in with Jordan, but who was the one that got it started? Michael Jordan. Who's the one that's going to take the WNBA to the next level? Caitlin Clark. And when you see what she's done and what she's able to do, she's had a fabulous year. She really has. But like I said, Asia Wilson, MVP, not even close. Rookie of the Year, her, not even close. Caitlin Clark, Rookie of the Year, not close. Should be unanimous. Asia Wilson, MVP, not even close. Should be unanimous. But you're going to have some Caitlin Clark fans. They're going to vote for her, or some reporters are going to vote for her. Even though, to me, if you're that, you have no credibility whatsoever. None. She's not the MVP. She's the Rookie of the Year, but she should get no MVP votes. MVP is Asia Wilson, and for you have no footing to stand on that's secure that you can put Caitlin Clark over Asia Wilson as the MVP. For you to put anybody, the first woman in history, the only woman in history of the WNBA to score 1,000 points this season, and you don't make her the MVP, you don't vote for her. There's no way. You should take your voting card away. I mean, because you as a writer should be, as a voter, you should have no prejudice at all. You should be able to say, this is why I'm voting for this person, this, and it's like Derek Jeter not having one person not vote for him for the Hall of Fame. How the hell are you not going to put him in? But then again, how is Babe Ruth not unanimous? How is Carl Yastrzemski not unanimous? How is Mickey Mantle? How is Jackie? I mean, I can go down a list of Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. You can go down a list of Joe DiMaggio. You can go down a list of players. There's no way in hell they're not unanimous MVP or unanimous Hall of Famers. No way. I mean, it's like Deion Sanders said. When they say your name and you say yes, that's it. Hall of Famers, when you say their name, there's no question, there's no thought, there's no nothing. Mickey Mantle, yes. Willie Mays, yes. Joe DiMaggio, yes. Hank Aaron, yes. Yes. I'm sorry, Roger Clemens, yes. I know he did the steroid deal later, but yes. Barry Bonds, yes. Yes. Before the steroids, look what they were doing. Yes. I give no credence and credibility to anybody who's going to use his prejudice. Like for me, like I talk about Terrell Owens. I didn't like him. But was he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes. Yes, he is. Regardless of how you feel about him being a jerk off the field or not, is irrelevant. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan. Is he a first-team Hall of Famer? Yes. I don't like him, but yes. What you feel about somebody personally is irrelevant to what they did on the football field or on the basketball field or on the basketball court, I'm sorry. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And to me, it's really simple to me. I look at somebody's career, and I look at them and I'm thinking, do they belong in the Hall of Fame? If I have to think about it, no, they don't. If I don't, yes, they do, 100%. And it's like in the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, to me, it's the same type thing. It's a joke to me. It's a joke. And I think Brent Price is a young kid, nice young man, a nice man. He is not a Hall of Famer in front of some guys in basketball. No way in hell. He wasn't the best player on his college team. He wasn't. He was the best player on his high school team only, and he got the in the NBA. Wasn't even remotely there at all on his team. Okay, but I like him. But is he a Hall of Famer? No, he's not. You should think Hall of Fame is going to be like I said. We're doing a show, or we're doing a documentary on Oklahoma high school basketball. Okay, and we're going to let you know who the top players are, and he ain't one. Okay, you're going to go down the list of high school basketball players because to me, to be in the Hall of Fame, especially in a state, you have to be the most dominant player in your sport, in your state, while you were there in high school. Now, college, yes, okay, whatever. You can add that in too. But you have to be the most dominant player in your sport, in your state, number one in high school. And number two in college, you have to be a dominant player on the level in the college. And then if you make it to the pros, you got to be whatever. You made it, so it's irrelevant on that. But you got to be the best player in your sport, in your state, for more than 1 year. You have to be in top 5 for multiple years. You have to be in the top 5 in history or 10 or whatever to me to do it. And I can promise you, I can go talk to 30 people. And I say, was Brent Price a Hall of Famer? And they laugh. But once again, the Hall of Fame and what people are voted for is BS. It is what it is. It is what it is when it comes to that. But I'm just hard on like that. So we're going to set the record straight when we do our documentary. There's not going to be any question because we're going to ask writers, we're going to ask coaches, we're going to ask players. And who I remember is players. Because there's guys I didn't like, but yeah, he busted my ass. Didn't like him, but he busted my ass. He was a beast. And that's the thing to me that determines whether you're going to make our list in our documentary. It's simply about that. It's not going to necessarily be me, but my standards on how I look at things are way higher than most people's. I got to look at you and go, man, when they make me go, wow. It's hard for me to make me go, wow. Joe Atkins and Estelle Laster, the finals of the McGinnis Basketball Classic. Anybody was there would tell you that's one of the best high school games they've ever seen. Two of the best players they've ever seen. Go at it one-on-one. And anybody who was lucky enough to be in that gym in McGinnis to watch those two go at it that night will tell you that's one of the best basketball games they've ever seen in their life. And two of the best basketball players going one-on-one against each other and just doing whatever the hell they wanted. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Those are the things that make me go, wow. You got to show me against somebody who was equally as good as you, what happened when y'all played each other. Those are the type of things that I go with. What happens when we played against Wayman? What happens when we play against True Kennedy? What happens when we play against Leroy Combs? What happens when you play against Dwayne Williams? What happens when you played against, Winford Bowens? What did you do? Alvin Adams. What happened? What'd you do? What'd you do against them? What did they do against you? I know what they did against you, whatever the hell they wanted. That's what they did against you. So, but anyway, we're going to cut it short today. Like I said, we've got our gala tonight, the Santa Fe Family Life Center. Let me pull that up again one more time just for the people who may want to go. Call 405-840-1817 if you're interested in getting a ticket for tonight or for yourself, an individual ticket, or for you and your wife. Or you can go to www.sfflc, Santa Fe Family Life Center.com. Go to the John F. Kennedy events, go to John F. Kennedy Awards, and do the reception. And once again, Clara Lupa's daughter is getting an award. The Trey Young family, and of course, Mayor Holt is getting an award tonight, which I'm like, how's he going to get an award? And he's usually our MC. So we're going to see how that works out. But anyway, the John F. Kennedy Community Service reception and dinner tonight, 7 p.m. at Civic Center. Hopefully you guys can make it. That being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourself. Stay cool. Peace out.